Welcome back to another What Sold Weekend Edition video. So these are my sales from Friday, April 4th until Monday, the 7th. Wow. We are into a week into April. So crazy. Anyway, let's get into it. First item that sold is this all-clad stainless 1-quart saucier pan. If you guys remember, I picked this up at the Goodwill not even a week ago. And it sold fast. It actually sold for more than I thought this little guy was going to. This sold for $49.99 plus shipping. So apparently this is one to look out for. I don't know what makes this one so special, but they seem to consistently sell for this price. Okay. Next is a Hornsea Magpie bird dish. You guys know I'm always selling these. I still have a lot left. Purchased these at the flea market last year in various colors, sizes, items. I have salt and pepper shakers in the owl pattern, and I had a cat bank and the birds and just super fun items, and I'm still selling through those. This one sold for $27 plus shipping. Next is a Lost Battalion DVD. This sold for $12.40 with free shipping. Then I sold this Scentsy Wellies Rain Boots wax warmer. This sold for $36 plus shipping. I think that came from a yard sale. Another set of sales here that were from recent listings. This came from an estate sale. This set came from an estate sale. It never made it to video or anything, but this was probably about a month ago. I picked this set up and just got it listed, and I sold some of it. I still have a lot listed, but I sold 6 of the salad dessert plates. I'm just going to give you the grand total here at the end, I think, because it shows up on my end. It shows up as just like, I'm just seeing the total here because it groups all the items together. I will pop them all up separately for you. So the salad plates, and then the same buyer purchased 2 sets of the cups and saucers, but she purchased 5 sets of those, 5 lots. I put them into, I had 12 lot or 24 cups and saucers, I guess. So I broke them up into 2s into 6 different lots is what I'm trying to say. She bought 5 of them. So 10 cups and saucers, if you're following me here. I'm barely following me here. And then also she purchased the creamer and the sugar bowl. So this totaled $199.92 plus shipping for the lots that she purchased. And I don't know if I said she did purchase 2 lots of the salad plate. She purchased all of them that I had. All right, next is an Ugly Dolls Wild West Ox stuffed animal. This sold for $18.90 with free shipping. That was a little yard sale find. And then to the same buyer, I sold these Studio William Mango Mirror. That's the pattern. Dinner knives, 4 dinner knives for $20. And the same buyer also purchased the hanging block for $40. So I did purchase like a partial set of the flatware, and I parted it out, and these were the last to go. The knives were the last to go. All the other pieces sold already, and then finally the block sold. I was waiting for that. I've had that for probably a year, maybe. Next is a Scentsy Mandalorian scent pack. I think I started out with like 5 of these. I have 2 left, and this sold for $14.99 with free shipping. Next is a Bob Mackie faux pearl bubble blowing fish pin brooch. This sold on best offer of $35 plus shipping. It's a yard sale purchase. Then I sold a pair of Chico's crop jeans. These sold for $25 plus shipping. And then we have an American Leather Company Jamestown satchel. This was new with the tags, but it did have some marks. It had a few issues. So I did kind of price it a little bit lower because of that. This was a yard sale find, and it took me a while to get it listed because I just wasn't sure because of the issues it had. Like, I was like, I don't know what I'm going to price it at. I'm just going to push it to the side, and I did. And, you know, it sat there for a while, but I've been getting some of those pushed to the side items listed lately. Did not take that long to sell at all. And I love when that happens, but then I also think like, wow, I could have listed that how long ago and had it sold already, you know? But anyway, sold for $35 plus shipping. Next is a pair of Coach. This is another thing. I got these at the flea market last year. I just listed them a couple weeks ago. These Coach Bonnie ballerina flats, size 9, they sold on best offer of $30 plus shipping. Next is a Philosophy salted citrus shampoo shower gel. This was a thrift store find from a couple weekends ago when Michelle and I were out and about. This sold for $29.99 with free shipping. Next is a Bondi strawberry shortcake berry Happy Easter angel cake figure doll. This I've had for a while. I had 3 different ones, and I think they've all sold now. I think this was the last one to go. I found these at a yard sale, and this one sold for $39.99 with free shipping, I believe. And that's what they all sold for. It was a good pickup. All right, another lot of yarn, selling lots of yarn lately. A lot of 2 Red Heart Super Tweed in the Blue Bayou color. These sold for $26 with free shipping. Next is another pair of Salmon Libby boots. These sold for $19 plus shipping. These came from Walmart. This buyer has purchased, I don't know, this same buyer, I've spoke about him before. He has purchased at least 10 pair of boots from me in all different sizes. I don't know what he's got going on. I mean, I'm not even going to try to imagine it because it's no judgment, no judgment. I just, you know, I don't know what's going on with all these boots he's buying. Anyway, very nice buyer though. Very, very nice buyer. I don't really care what he's doing with all of them. I'm just being funny. Anyway, next is a Yo Gabba Gabba plush clip-on keychain. I've sold a couple of these already. I have 3 left. This sold for $14.99 with free shipping. Next is 3 Toy Shop dinner plates by David Shibata. These sold for $49.99 plus shipping. I spoke about these before. I got these from one of the postal workers at my local post office. She's not my carrier, but her and I have become chatty, and she acquired these and gave them to me over Christmas. Like I said, I spoke about that before if you guys watch my what sold regularly. All right, next is a Longaberger, first Longaberger of the day. It's slowing down a little bit. I still need to get the rest of that listed. Just real randoms right now. Real randoms left. Liners and protectors and stuff like that. But a couple baskets. Anyway, this is a Longaberger Woven Reflections Sage Green Mixing Bowl. This sold for $39.99 plus shipping. Then we have a Women's Keen L sandal. These came from a rummage sale. Also kind of sat around for a little while. I got them listed maybe a month ago, and they sold on best offer of $30 plus shipping. And then I sold 5 International Creation 1 teaspoons for $49.99 plus shipping. Same buyer also purchased 8 of the salad forks in the same pattern for $49.99 as well. And this whole set was an estate sale purchase from maybe 2 weeks ago. I found absolutely nothing at this house except for this box of flatware. And it was like pretty reasonably priced for what I knew I was going to get for it, you know? So, yeah, it was definitely a good pickup. I think I may have sold it all now. I made good profit on that flatware. Next is a pair of Johnston & Murphy Maureen driving moccasins. These sold for $34.99 plus shipping. And then from yesterday's video, from Friday, went to this rummage sale on Friday, this Google Nest Mini sold for $36 with free shipping, and sold right after I listed it yesterday. Not too shabby. All right, then from a rummage back in February, I believe, this Blink 182 shirt sold on best offer of $15 plus shipping. Also from yesterday's video is this Coach handbag, the small patchwork. It did have some wear to the calf hair corners on each side, so I did note that, and I just kind of priced it to sell. One of these did sell for over $100, but I think that one, it was sold for like, I found it on Terapeak. It sold for like $125, but I can't remember if that one was new or not, but it was in the same colorway as mine, because this also comes in black. But with the wear, I priced it at $48, and I took a best offer of $40 plus shipping, probably an hour after I listed it yesterday. So that was another awesome sale. Then I sold this Club Disney Sword in the Stone Wizard Merlin beanbag plush toy. This sold for $11 with free shipping. Picked up a bunch of these somewhere, maybe at the flea market. I don't remember. And I have 2 left. Sold a couple of them so far. All right. Then to Kathy, a viewer of mine. Kathy purchased 4 items, and let me tell you, Kathy, you have phenomenal taste. You really do. I love everything that you purchased. I was like, wow, she's got really good taste. I love this stuff. That's why I picked it up. You know, I love this stuff. So first thing she purchased is this Lenox holiday Christmas tree cookie jar, which was a recent pickup. This was in a haul, like maybe 2 weeks ago, and that sold for $39.99. I did combine shipping for Kathy. Then she also purchased this Royal Albert's Old Country Roses Bunny Salt and Pepper Shakers. These sold for $49.99. These are really hard to come by, these salt and pepper shakers. I picked these up over the winter, and I love them. I think they're so cute. All right, then Kathy also purchased this Lenox Gerber Daisy floral vase. Also beautiful. That may be my favorite item that you purchased, Kathy. I love this vase. This sold for $25. And then lastly is this Kate Spade Beacon Street Frost Lenox crystal vase. And this, if you guys remember, I did pick this up at a rummage sale. I want to say October, either October or November, but I think it was October. It was sort of towards the end of the yard sale season last fall. So yeah. Thank you, Kathy. Thank you for your purchases. I hope you love everything. I think you got some really great items. Okay, next is a Laura Ashley purple top, multicolor, size petite large. This sold for $18 plus shipping. This I've had for a while. And then I sold a Pampered Chef ice cream scoop for $16.99 with free shipping. This will be in an upcoming video. I picked this up on Saturday at a yard sale. So another fast seller that sold really, really fast. And real quick, sometimes I know some of you guys ask me, like, why do I, charge shipping on some things or do free shipping on others? And at this point, it's just like more of a gut feeling, I guess. Like, I don't know. I've been doing this for so long that I just kind of know. I don't know. It's just weird. And, you want to stay like competitive with certain things. And with something like this, I know it's going to be very lightweight. It's not going to cost me a whole lot to ship. And, the free shipping can give you a little bit of the competitive edge. Free shipping can also run into problems sometimes when there is, a potential return for fit or whatever. But with something like this, that's not going to happen. You know what I mean? So like normally if someone, purchases a piece of clothing, the measurements are in there, they get it, decide it doesn't fit, or they just don't even like it. Sometimes they just don't like it and they want to return it. Well, if I've charged shipping on that item, I am not going to be out that shipping at all. But if I didn't charge shipping, then I'm going to be out. I'm going to be out both ways for that return shipping. You know what I mean? So I don't typically put it on clothes or shoes. It's either something that I know is going to be very lightweight and kind of give it a competitive edge, or it's something that may have been a bad purchase, not the best purchase in the world, and I want to give it that competitive edge, like, like free shipping, just take it. Get rid of it. But yeah, there are a lot of variables that go into it, and I know I'm not explaining every single different scenario that it could possibly be, or what goes through my mind when I'm listing this stuff. But yeah, like I said, I've just been doing it so long. I just kind of, I don't know. Like I could probably price and list things in my sleep, and just it's kind of weird, right? But so that's a sort of explanation for you guys that ask me that question. Sorry, it's probably not the answer you wanted to hear totally, but I don't know. It's the answer I have. So anyway, lastly, we have a Val St. Lambert crystal candy dish. This sold for $25 plus shipping. So pretty light weekend, which was okay for me. I actually did have Thursday's shipping as well because I did not ship on Friday. I had my store on vacation mode because I knew I was going to be out the entire day Friday. And I do have 1 day handling on my stuff, excluding weekends, of course. 1 day handling on business days, Monday through Friday. But since I was not going to be shipping on Friday, I did put my store on vacation mode, so I didn't have to worry about it till Monday. But it wasn't super busy, so I wasn't super overwhelmed with shipping today. So it was kind of nice, kind of smooth sailing. And yeah, that's going to wrap it up, guys. I hope you've enjoyed this video, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.